No, I will not yield to one of your pointless questions that always attack me and President Trump. How about asking a mediocre question? No, I don't want an excellent, smart, or intelligent question because you have none. She spoke about the murder rate and carjackings. But unless she's suggesting that removing police officers from the force for sexual assault or domestic violence somehow reduces crime, her comments don't make sense. What we just saw was a fiery performance, not a serious policy debate. Congresswoman Greene portrayed Washington, D.C. as a city under siege, overwhelmed by crime and fear. She praised police, defended gun rights, then launched into a partisan attack blaming Democrats, BLM, and Antifa. Her refusal to answer questions and mocking dismissal of colleagues turned this into political theater instead of meaningful discussion. And there's more to come. We have the footage. Now, here's Miss Greene from Georgia for 5 minutes. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I strongly support the police and believe we must back law enforcement in our nation's capital. Washington, D.C. has one of the highest murder rates and worst crime records in the country. It's an absolute embarrassment. Remember, one of our own colleagues was carjacked here months ago. Recently, a former Trump administration official was shot and killed in the city. Many Hill staffers have been attacked just walking the streets. This is an ongoing crime epidemic, and it's appalling. We should support police, not attack Americans' gun rights, especially when we rely on good guys with guns for protection. Capitol Police carry AR-15s and guard us all. Yet Democrats want to take away citizens' gun rights and blame guns for crime. People kill people, not guns. They kill with knives, fists, objects, even strangulation. I just heard a colleague say we need to disarm Americans to stop crime in D.C. No, we should protect and support police officers. I also heard President Trump attacked again because Democrats have no defense for their policies except to bash him. Let me remind you, Antifa and BLM, supported by Democrats, raised millions on Act Blue and led riots across America that caused $2 billion in damage. In 2017, rioters nearly burned down Washington, D.C., yet we attack President Trump daily. Democrats have even said things like, I don't know why there aren't uprisings everywhere. And we won't stop talking about BLM riots. One Democrat was caught on video urging supporters to surround Trump supporters. These are the statements from my colleagues. Meanwhile, Democrats want to take away police power to stop criminals and protect our streets and Capitol. I'm sick and tired of it. This is ridiculous. Mr. Chairman, I support your amendment and urge my colleagues to pay attention. The American people see the truth. Crime is real here. You can't walk the city safely without fear of robbery, carjacking, or murder. It's horrible. Let's support our police officers and vote for solutions that help citizens in this city. Mr. Chairman, I yield back. Will the gentle lady yield for a question? No, I will not yield to one of your stupid questions attacking me and President Trump. Not even a mediocre question. You have no smart or intelligent questions. What we just heard wasn't groundbreaking. It's setting the stage for what's next. Mr. Garcia began dismantling Mrs. Greene's arguments, highlighting how outlandish her claims sound. The debate's tension is rising, with more live coverage and potential revelations ahead. Chair recognizes Mr. Garcia for 5 minutes. Thank you. I want to remind the gentle lady she organized a trip to the D.C. jail to meet and high-five insurrectionists who attacked our capital. If we're talking about D.C.'s safety, that's ironic. These insurrectionists tried to overthrow the government in the capital and were being coddled. It's a shame she called them political prisoners or hostages. They tried to overthrow our government. Continuing, it's ironic that my colleague talks about D.C.'s safety while supporting an attack on the Capitol and visiting prisoners involved in the insurrection. I was there too, as one of 2 Democrats on that visit, and saw her high-five people who tried to overthrow the government. It's ridiculous. I know she's very interested in fixing Washington, D.C., but that kind of behavior only undermines our safety and democracy. Maybe she should run for mayor of D.C. That seems to be where her focus lies. But let's remember Washington, D.C. already has a mayor and a city council working hard to pass regulations and address the challenges they face. Overall, crime across the country has actually decreased over the past few years. It hasn't increased. With that, I yield back. Mr. Would you yield? Absolutely. Then came the rebuttal. Congressman Jamie Raskin calmly dismantled the argument, pointing out that the bill under discussion isn't about murder rates, but about police accountability and collective bargaining. He presented letters from the D.C. City Council and warnings from police chiefs, showing that weakening disciplinary powers would protect abusive officers, not reduce crime. He highlighted millions of taxpayer dollars already spent on police misconduct claims and questioned why anyone would defend bad cops in the name of safety. It was a precise and powerful rebuttal. Thank you, Mr. Garcia, for your clear remarks cutting through the fog of propaganda and misinformation. The distinguished gentlewoman, who I'd gladly yield to for questions, started by complaining about murder rates, carjacking, and gun violence in D.C. The question I wanted to ask, though she predicted it'd be called stupid, is how does the legislation before us, Bill 5798, actually reduce murder, carjacking, or gun violence in Washington? Because from what I can tell, its sole purpose is to strip the police chief of disciplinary authority over their force and instead put it under collective bargaining. That might work in her district in Georgia. I'd be curious to hear where municipalities there stand on this. But here, D.C. has spoken loudly. We have a letter from 12 of 13 D.C. City Council members urging us not to change the law, plus statements from 4 police chiefs opposing it. Meanwhile, officers convicted of sexual assault and domestic violence remain on the force. Unless the gentlewoman believes removing such officers reduces murder rates. Her remarks make no sense. It was much ado about nothing. Thank you for allowing me to make that point. I yield back. Would the gentleman yield for a question? Sure. You mentioned crime is down nationwide. Then why isn't it down in D.C.? Any idea? I served as mayor of a city of 500,000 people for 8 years. Crime trends fluctuate. Overall, violent crime nationwide has decreased. But not everywhere. Certain places, Kentucky, Arkansas, Texas, have seen increases. If we're focused on D.C., we should also look at these other areas. If the gentleman would yield, there have been increases in crime in Georgia, the state the gentlewoman represents. If collective bargaining is the solution, would she support it there? Because public workers in Georgia don't have that right. She just unintentionally became a champion for collective bargaining and union organizing. I invite her to publicly embrace those pro-union views for her state as well. We would support her on that. The gentleman's time has expired. Are there other members wishing to be recognized? Miss Norton to vote no on the bill. Will the gentlewoman yield? Gladly. Thank you, Congresswoman Norton, for that powerful statement. It's the D.C. taxpayers, her constituents, who pay the price for officers engaging in misconduct this legislation would shield. Between 2010 and 2020, the Washington Post found D.C. paid out $91 million settling police misconduct claims, involving 65 officers named multiple times. It baffles me how a representative from Georgia, a state that doesn't allow public employee collective bargaining, can speak for this narrow group of problematic officers whom police chiefs want to be able to remove. What do you think? Share your thoughts below. And if you like this, don't forget to subscribe. Our next video promises to be even more provocative.